So welcome back. So in our Jenkins series, today we will be seeing how we can trigger an email or a email notification once your Jenkins jobs are done and some more features of that email. Okay, so before we have seen how we can run a Selenium test from your local drive or from the GitHub as a centralized repository, and also we have seen how you can attach the or display the HTML reports and analyze the test results. Okay, and even any kind of HTML how we can attach to a specific build. So those things we have seen. So we will go ahead one more step and we will see how we can trigger emails. Now why is it this requirement is coming to have the notification of an email or something? See, the benefit of Jenkins is that without sitting at your desk anytime 24 by 7 you can build the job or you can execute your Selenium tests. So be it on day or night. Okay, you can schedule it by using the cron expressions which we have seen already. Now if let's say that there is some issue is coming with your Jenkins build, how do you get notified? So let's say that you are at home and you don't have access to the Jenkins, but you have access to your email. So let's say that your Jenkins build got failed, so then you need to kind of what do you call, get a notification that your Jenkins build got failed or it become pass or anything that you want, any other information that you would like to get, you can get from an email notification. So based on that you can get into the Jenkins and then look into that or troubleshoot the what is the issue with that. Now another benefit is that let's say that your manager or your lead want to just know about whether the Selenium tests have been executed or not, just they want the status, so they don't want to get into the what do you call, your Jenkins job and look into that whether it is passed or failed. So by getting an email notification quickly they can get the information. Okay, so this is one of another benefit of using the email triggering. Okay, so when you would have installed Jenkins for the first time and install all the suggested plugins, then that time there is a mailer plugin. So let me go to the manage Jenkins. Uh, just a second. Yes, manage Jenkins, and then we know manage plugins. So in this, let's go to the installed one and look into a mailer plugin. So there should be one mailer plugin you can see, and it is by default it is coming when you would have installed for the first time Jenkins and all the suggested plugin, you would have got that as a default. Okay, now how we can leverage this particular plugin? Let's go to this dashboard and we were seeing this Jenkins report. Okay, Q is an extra. Okay, leave about that. So this Jenkins report we were seeing in our previous session, how we can populate the HTML reports by using the artifact or HTML publisher plugin and all those things. So we will continue with the same project only. So let's go to this configure and recap what we have done with this job. So we have got the code base from the GitHub as a centralized repository. And how are we executing this test case? By using this pom.xml because it's a Maven project. Okay, and then we have done few of the post build actions. Post build action means it is executing as soon as your build is done. Okay, so build means this particular step. When it is done, then the next step is this one. Okay, so there is something here, you will get a email notification under the build settings. Now if you click on this one, now if anything happens to your build, you will get a notification to your email. Now which email you will be getting, that is something we need to specify here. Okay, so let me just give some email. By giving this one I will not really get the email actually. Okay, why is it that? Because I have to set up something, because Jenkins is not sure about the Gmail configuration. Okay, we have to give the server configuration of the Gmail or SMTP server setup so that Jenkins will have access to get into your what do you call, Gmail inbox. Okay, so for now let's see this checkbox. So this says send email for every unstable build. So let's say you are getting a unstable unstable build for some reason, let's say that your configuration is having any issue, then at that time you will be getting an email notification to your this inbox by using this email ID. So let me just save this one for now. So as I told, we need to set up the SMTP server. So for this, let's go to this manage Jenkins and configure system. Okay. And here, let's scroll down to email notification or something. Let's see that one. It should be email notification. Okay, so this is a section default, it is coming after you install the mailer plugin. And then if you see here, you need to set up the server. So the SMTP server is smtp.gmail.com, so it is a constant. Okay, so irrespective of your Gmail address, you will be giving this one, and email suffix, it's a @gmail.com. The same thing, if you are using Outlook, you will have your Outlook SMTP server, so you can just search online, you will be getting that. And if you go to this advanced section, it is asking some more credentials, so some more details. Okay, one of that is credentials, and you have to check this checkbox, SMTP authentication, because it is coming from your what you call email and password. Now here you have to provide a specific, because see, the thing is that if you want to send an email, okay, from a source to destination, so you have to log into your Gmail, right? So that is what I'm doing. So you have to log into your Gmail account so that you can send an email. Okay, so here you have to send as use SSL as a authentication, and SMTP port will be 465 for this particular server. This will be the port. Okay, and reply to address. So let's say that if somebody want to reply to that particular email in some cases, then to which email address it should be coming. So you can give the same email address or you can give any email address. And the cassette should be UTF-8. Okay, now this is the what you call basic configuration, and once you enter the password, it will be concealed, so it cannot be viewable. And if you want to change something, you can just click on this. Like if in future, let's say that you have changed your Gmail password, you can come back here and edit this one. Okay, fine. Now here is a box, checkbox you can see, which is saying test configuration by sending a test email. Okay, so let me just click on this one, and any email address I need to provide here. So I'm giving to some email address, let's say qabbox@gmail.com. Okay, and then here I'm just giving as test configuration. So this configuration is working fine or not, I need to review that. And here you can see a notification came as a email was successfully sent, and I have already logged into this particular email. And as you can see here, it is coming as a test email number one, and this is the test email number one sent from Jenkins. And if you see, it is coming from the qabbox@gmail.com, because that is the sender email address I have given. And the same thing, reply to address, this address is coming here. You will see something, address not configured yet. Now if you see, if you go to this configure system, and if you go to the top section here near to your local host where you are setting the URL, right? So if you see here, it is basically coming from here, address not configured yet. So I can say here QAB box admin, some name I'm giving, and then saving this configuration. Okay, let it be like that. Now what I will do here, let me go to this configure, and here basically I'm saying that send this email per every unstable build. Okay, so for I have to make this particular job as unstable. So what I will do here, instead of test, let's make it as a test one, and see whether if I am getting a email or not. Okay, because test one means there is no Maven goal, right? So it should fail this particular test. So I'm saving this one and clicking on the build now. And here you can see it triggered another build. Let's go to this console output. And here you can see it's not a valid life cycle for the Maven to execute that. And if you see here, sending email to the qabbox@gmail.com. Now if I go back and refresh this one, you can see I have got here two email notifications. So one is it's saying the build failed because unstable build one, and then the failure also. So if I click on this one, I will be redirecting to this particular email, or to this particular Jenkins job. And if I am going to this console output, I will get the exact issue whatever it is there. Now I have got another email also, and this is coming the exact console output, and you can see what is the issue and everything, it is coming along with the body. Okay, so like this email notifications you will be getting one by one. Okay, so this is very simple enough. You will be getting a out of box, what do you call, your out of box email configuration, where you have to just specify the server details, and then you have to specify the email address. You can even give multiple email addresses as well. So this particular mailer plugin don't have much customization. Like you cannot extend the what do you call, details about your email notification, whatever it is coming. So if you are satisfied with this particular email notification, you are absolutely fine. Let's say there are instances where people want to attach some what do you call, HTML reports, where your manager can just click on that HTML attachment and look into how many test cases got passed or failed and all those things. Okay, so for this we do have another plugin, and that is called as email extension plugin, where you can customize that particular email extension whatever you want. Okay, and as you can see, it is giving you a good documentation. You can just go through this one as and when required, and this is about pipelining. So let's say if you are not doing from the UI specific and you want to specify by using the Jenkins pipeline, then they are giving their own syntaxes as well. Okay, where you can use the subject to address and all those things. And then there are few more messes, what you call, customizations are there. And then how will you trigger, whether it is on in case of failure or in case of purely on success, all those things you can specify. And developers means the person who recently or just the recent what you call commit, whoever developer does that one, the same developer will get a email notification in case of the build got failed. Okay, and there are few more content modifications also you can do that. Let's get into the UI to get to know more details. So for this I will be going to the manage Jenkins and then go to the manage plugin, and here I have already installed, so I will be getting this one as email extension. If not, you can just go to the available section, enter this email, and you will get that in email extension. It's not email extension template, but this one actually. If you come here, email extension plugin. Now as soon as you install and restart your what do you call, Jenkins, you will be getting a new screen here. If I go to this manage Jenkins and go to this configure system, you will get something called as extended email notification. Okay, because this is customization by using that email extension plugin. And the server details are same, smtp@gmail.com 465. And then if you go to this advanced section, you will be getting all the username, password, use SSL. And then if you want anything email properties, you can give those things. But I'm just keeping that as it is. And here it is giving two options as a default content type, like as a text you want to accept or as a HTML. And if you're not sure, you can just go details. It's just saying that what kind of what you call content you want. Okay, and as I was talking, you can have multiple email addresses by using comma separated. You can get the details from here, CC, BCC, all those things you can give by using a colon. Okay, so all those details you can get it. So here I have given two email addresses. Reply to list, you can give the details, and if you go to this, a comma separated, like different email addresses you can give. Okay, and here you will see something where you can customize the subject also. Okay, so these are all variables, Jenkins global variables. So depending on this, by using these variables, you can customize, you can write whatever it is there. So now what this will display in this case, project name, whatever the project name you are using, build number, which specific build number, you can just use that one, build status, whether it is failed, passed, and all those things. Maximum attachment size I've given, it's by default it is coming -1. It means that it has no limit, but let's say that if you want to specify like how many sizes, those things you can specify here, but I'm not giving anything here at this moment. Default content, this is basically the email body which you are getting. So here it is just copy pasted the same thing to here, and then it is just saying that build URL, the same thing. Anything specific to that build, you can get the global parameters, you can search online, you will get that, and you can write your own content also here. Fine. And then what else here? Let's not get into more details, this much is enough at this moment, and let's see how we can utilize this extended email notification to our job. Okay, so if you go to this same job and click on this configure and go to this build settings, now here what we will be doing, we will disable this particular email notification. Okay, and what we will do in the post build action, including the HTML report attaching, let's keep that as it is, but you will see a new option generated, that is nothing but editable email notification. Now if I click on this one, it will give you another formatting or another view where you can customize. Okay, now here you can see the project from, you can just see from where it is coming, so you can say that Selenium team, some team name you are giving there. Okay, and then the project recipient list, default recipient, it is basically coming from your configuration where we have specified what you call multiple email addresses, right? Okay, and then if you want to add anything specific, you can just put a comma and you can give another email addresses as well. Okay, now default reply to, which we have already specified there, and content type, default content type, if you want to change anything, you can just keep it here if anything specific you want. Default subject, again it is coming from your specific to that subject line, whichever we have used it there. Content, we have already seen that. Attachment, like as I was telling, if you want to attach anything, so let's see, let's say that we want to attach these two HTML report, one is your extend report and the emailable report from testng. Okay, again the same thing, if you want to attach multiple what you call HTML reports, if you want to attach to that email address, you have to separate that by using comma. Okay, and how I am knowing, you can see these things here, the format is comma separated. Okay, even it is using the wildcard, like where you can give star so that it can look up in any of the folders or any of the directory under your project directory. And another thing here, the base directory is always workspace only, so it is not linking to your local drive. So if you are using your local drive as a what you call to run the Jenkins job, then you cannot do that. So there are certain options available if you are using from local folder, so you have to sim link actually, so specific to your Windows or Mac operating system, this particular workspace you need to sim link to your local drive, then only you can specify this path. Okay, like if you are giving C colon my drive or something, then it won't accept that, it has to be the Jenkins workspace only. Okay, fine. Now here let's see few of the advanced settings are there. Okay, where if I go here, send to developers. So if you look into this one, the developer is basically, if I go to this documentation, and where is the developers, let's go to the, yeah, as you can see here, so this developer is basically the person who logged into this particular Jenkins instance by using the his first name and last name, first dot last name at the rate whatever the domain is there, so that will be coming sending any email. So basically we don't have that setup, because always your first name dot last name at the rate whatever your organization name will not be into the picture. So what we do, we can even add few more recipients here. Like you can go to a recipient list, you can even give to somebody else, you can what do you call, select any one of this. So at this moment let's keep this recipient list. So if there is any failures are coming, directly send to this recipient list. And this recipient list is basically coming from the project recipient list. If you go to this configure system, and this is your default recipient, and you can see this variable it is using as a default recipient. Okay, another thing you need to make sure that in your account, you have to Gmail account, you have to log in and go to this manage Google account, and there under security you have to turn on this less secure app access. Okay, once you do this one, then only Jenkins will be triggering emails. I have done this one already, so you have to do it before you are building your Jenkins job. That is one of the thing. Now this is in case of failure, right? Let's say in case of success, there are different what you call triggers are there. One is like if your Jenkins job got aborted for some reason, let's say that the server got failed or something, and always like whether it is success or failure, anytime you can do that, or any specific failures, if it is unstable like your test failures, all these things. But for now let's keep this as always. So whether it is failed, passed, everything, I want to get the notification, email notification. Okay, now let's do a build now. Okay, so the test case got executed. Let's see the console output. Yeah, one of the test case got failed because we have intentionally made this one as fail in our previous session. So I did not update the code. But yeah, one test case got passed, another test case got failed. And here you can see the HTML publisher plugin also did his work. And then email was triggered because it was set for always. And to whom? To this multiple email addresses it has been sent by attaching the email, attaching the HTML reports. If you go to this configure, under this we have given two different HTML reports, right? Now let's go to this Gmail, and here if you see it is saying as unstable. Now if you go here, you can see the build number 15, which is our recent build. And if I go inside this, you can see this is my recent build. And then you can see whatever the customization we have done to that extended email plugin, all those details are coming here. Okay, and here you will see that two reports, so your manager or whoever is the recipients, they can directly download and get that information. Okay, so this is the way we can do the email triggering or email notification. And also you can click on this particular link also, and it will directly go to that particular build. Now there is one thing, because if we will click on this particular link, it redirects to this one where I have all the HTML reports and everything. So you have to think yourself that do you really need to attach these two HTML files, or is it sufficient to what you call just send this build link only. So in case of if you are sending to the higher authority, better to give these email attachments, because they might not want to go into this Jenkins job. And sometimes to get into the Jenkins job you might need to have some kind of proxy or VPN connections. So they might not do that just to see the HTML report. So it's a good practice to attach the HTML. But if you're sending the notification to your team members, then you can just send that build link only, so they can click at any time, and then they can go inside this to troubleshoot or to understand what is the failure and why it is failing and all those things. Okay, so these are the two different ways you can send the email and attach the HTML reports. So hope this particular session helped. Do share with your friends and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't. Thank you for watching.